So let me show you how to keep your garden looking like this instead of looking like this in the event of a frost. This simple method will extend your gardening season. Well, first of all, let me apologize for this footage. This is 10-year-old footage when I first started, and it's terrible, and I've slowed it down just so it won't be so jerky for you. But I'm just showing you the difference. These are tomato plants, and they are dead because of a frost. This, on the other hand, was winter squash, pumpkins, and several other things I'll show you. After the same frost, the same time, different garden. And I kept it alive for just a little longer, even though some of the leaves got burnt, some of the leaves got singed just a little bit, but the plants themselves stayed in good shape and were viable and healthy, and I got a few more weeks out of it because sometimes we'll get a frost and then it can be weeks before we get another one. And this simple method will extend that. And all you do is use an overhead sprinkler. Just use a sprinkler and you can see what I had left. You can see blooms and flowers. These are my tomato plants in these tomato cages. Not a one of them had even one leaf burnt or singed from the frost that same night because these were under those sprinklers. Again, the footage is horrible, but using this technique can save your plants for a little bit longer. Here's some more winter squash, and again, some of the leaves were singed, but the plants themselves were never burned, and they lived a little while longer. Singed leaves, didn't look so good. Look at the corn. I'll show you the corn here in a minute. You know it'll kill corn. A couple of leaves, dead. There's a nice winter squash. Look at the peppers. Look at the pepper plant. Those leaves are perfect. The plant's not hurt, and it continued to grow those peppers for a couple of more weeks. So all you have to do to get this result is when a frost is coming, either leave your sprinklers running all night long or go out well before daylight, because that's usually when the frost hits, and turn those sprinklers on and let it wash that frost off. Now, if it's going to get below 32, you may have some ice, and sometimes you can even prevent this from happening if it's right at freezing, because the ice itself will form an insulation on the leaves. But most of the time, if you're just getting a frost, and sometimes you can have a frost at 35, 36 degrees, 38 degrees I've seen it. It doesn't have to be freezing to get a frost. So if you know a frost is coming or suspect one is coming, get out there before daylight and rinse your plants off either with a hose or with an overhead sprinkler and just let it run. And I guarantee you, then when the sun comes up, the temperature comes up, you can go ahead and turn that sprinkler off. You can set it on a timer, do whatever you have to do, but you can save your garden and give yourself just a little bit more time in the fall for tender vegetables to grow. Hope that helps you. I've proved it works. I'm not even going to put a link to this video because it was horribly shot and I just need to take it down. But I thought about this and wanted you to know about it. All right, we're gone.